That one right there. Just trying to see if I can get the simulcast going. There we go. Yes, it is working. All right. That's that. There you go. All right. Okay, cool, bro. That and okay. Oh, let me go ahead and I'll NBA playoffs. Do I have an NBA playoffs? No, I don't have an NBA playoffs. As I'm going to do right now. What's going on, Doobie? Oh, okay, cool, bro. Yeah. Laker Nick said we should keep on doing the playbacks for some of the games in the playoffs that we're available for. Just just to try to provide that sense of community right now. So just thought I'd go ahead and say let's do it. I know the Lakerholics are still on Lakers weekend, so if you want to go ahead and watch that, no problem at all. But I'm here for you throughout the game. No, not yet. Lakers, it's come close. Like earlier this week, I was trying to figure out what we're going to do, but for Pop Culture Cosmos, never. So always something going on in pop culture, even when it's dry. Cool, but I'm sure something will hit you. Even if it's just scouring the internet, something will hit you. But do be great to have you here. I know you're still on cloud nine because you know Darvin Ham is gone and you hated Ham and wins and losses. Let me go ahead and fix that. There we go. I'm hoping that won't happen, Doobie. Doobie, I know. Yes, you will. I'm not convinced yet about Boston because of the fact that they lost their last series in game 2 and then they proceeded to kick Miami's ass after that. So I want to hold my judgment on that as of yet. Tonight is going to be a key game. If Cleveland's going to take this series, they got to win tonight. Okay. Well, just remember, cool bro, your audience on YouTube is always there. There's no specific day or time I have seen that will garner. The weekends maybe a little bit less views, but for the most part, people are going to watch if they're in tune to what you're doing. Yeah, I don't think they are beating Minnesota or Denver, Doobie. Maybe even Dallas. I think they would beat Oklahoma City though. That's what I should use. There we go. All right. Just trying to do some stuff behind the scenes, guys. Don't mind me. Creating logos and doing extra stuff for the channel in my off time here. All right. Where is it at? There it is. All right. Okay, and there we go. All right, we have a logo now available online. All right. Bob, cool, bro. Just make sure it's not condemned. That's all I would say. Yeah, Doobie, I think that's a really good one. I might buy the t-shirt for that one. Because I hate Rob Pelinka in wins and losses because he's just not very good. Okay, cool, bro. Well, again, a lot goes into that, so a lot of stuff you have to deal with there. But Doobie, yeah, Rob Pelinka, I've always not thought of very well. I know he saved his job last year at the trade deadline, but yeah, overall, his talent evaluation is below average at best. I believe so, yes, but it is a rated R movie, and I cannot recommend that to you since you're under the age of 18. I agree with you, Doobie. I'm sorry to hear that, cool bro. Actually, not sorry to hear that. Yeah, Hubie Brown. I don't think anybody should be complaining about Hubie Brown. I'm just glad he's still around. He does take a while, but my gosh, he's slowed down a little bit, but still having him out there is it's kind of like old school. That's terrible, cool bro. All I'd say is, cool bro. Thank goodness you're not my kid. You would be so you'd be so much in trouble. I'm serious, Doobie. Cool bro was mine or Joe's kid. I mean, forget it, man. This kid would be you'd be banned from everything. Yeah, I put him up for adoption. There you go. Hey, Alan, what's up? Do you ever sleep, Alan? My God, Alan, do you ever sleep, my friend? I know I don't get a whole lot of sleep, but come on, man. I see you at all times tonight. I know you're on the East Coast too. But that's when Joe and I, especially Joe, if I want to get Joe on the air, that's the best time to get him is late night. Ah, okay. Well, that's cool, Alan. Thank you. Continued success in your animation, my friend. Yeah, Laker Nick wanted me to said if we're watching the games anyways, you might as well just do what Trevor Lane does, and he just puts on NBA playoff games. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. My gosh, do we have to have another replay already so soon? My gosh, do we have? I'll limit the number of replays. It's getting ridiculous. First quarter replay, second quarter replay, third quarter challenge, fourth quarter challenge. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea by Nick. So I won't be on for the Boston game. If it's up to Nick or any one of the guys, if they want to be on for later on, I won't be able to. But yeah, for any games I'm available, I think I'll do playback as when I can. Cool, bro. Again, it's an R-rated movie, and I won't I cannot condone you watching R-rated stuff. Exactly, Doobie. Again, I think tonight is key for for the Cleveland Cavaliers if they actually had a chance. And my gosh, if they actually win that series, somebody has put money on that and is going to win a whole lot of money. But I don't know. Well, it's a big if right now. It's so funny because you see these other arenas like Oklahoma City and Indiana. They're all their fans participate in the putting on the t-shirts deal. And in Dallas, it's just like, eh, meh, meh. I hope so, Doobie. We could use Spider. I would love to have Spider on the team. Looks like Joe is starting up trouble on the Lakerholic side, of course, as only he can. That's true, Doobie. No, I think didn't they do one in the first round? I think they did one in the first round. I think they did do a T-shirt in the first round. No, I don't know, cool bro. He refuses to answer you on that. No, he's in the chat on the Lakerholic show right now. I don't know if he's messing with the Lakerholics or what, but yeah, he's in the chat right now. Something like that, cool bro. Well, I told Frank, I said if you get if they have consistent play from their 3 and their 4 positions, I think they're hard. They're going to be hard to stop. Yeah, I know it's not even close, Alan. The intensity level just goes way up for the playoffs, and the effort it goes way up for the playoffs. Well, I don't know, cool bro. That's up to him. I agree with you, Doobie. If we had a better coach, I think we probably would have found a way to steal that series against Denver. Well, that's up to him, cool bro. Oh, there goes Luca complaining again. Yeah, I agree, Alan. No, I not really cool, bro. Let him enjoy his weekend. If he wants to hang out with the Lakerholics, that's fine. Boy, if he can hit that consistently, that makes them a lot tougher if Holmgren can hit that. How did I become a Lakers fan? I've said this on many occasions, but I'll say it again. I was born in Inglewood, California, two block and a half away from the Los Angeles Forum. It was at the hospital there, which is no longer there. It's now an office building, but it was basically a block away from the Sizzler. It's right across the street from a cemetery, and or it was, and it's right down the street from the Forum where the Los Angeles Lakers were playing in the NBA Finals at that point in time in 1969. So it was my destiny. And then when I was young, you turn into KHJ, before it was KCal. It was called KHJ back then, Channel 9. And there you go. I had Chick on at an early age. I just went to California last month, Alan. It's the same as it's always been. It's crowded in parts, but the beaches are beautiful. It's really nice weather. I'm here in Vegas now, but yeah, I mean, I only moved away from SoCal, Alan, because the price of the cost of living is just what even at that time in the mid '90s was just so hard to deal with, and coming to Vegas at that time was so much cheaper. I mean that cost of living has narrowed. I'm going to be honest with you, but it is still cheaper to live out here than it is there. But if you gave me the choice, I would definitely still want to live in California. Okay, cool, bro. That's too far out of bounds. Yeah, Alan, you should visit. I think if you visited the beach areas, you go to, let's say, San Diego. San Diego is always fun for us. Go to LA. I mean, even just the traditional spots like Hollywood, Disneyland. California is a fun place to go and a fun place to be. It's just you got to deal with the traffic. That's all. Oh yeah. It is more expensive living out there, Alan, and taxes are part of it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why being here in Nevada is more advantageous because you don't have state taxes. So, yeah, same with Florida. Yep. I've been to Florida quite a bit. Just the humidity is the only thing that gets me when I've been there. But otherwise, I've had a pretty good time in Florida. Really like Orlando. Oh, is it that bad? Oh, wow. For us, it's a dry heat here in Vegas. It's going to be, I think it's right, 85 to 89 right now. But it's a dry heat, so it's tolerable. It's when it gets 110, 115. Yeah, that's like, you just feel that. Oh, Alan. Oh, oh, that's bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, Doobie, it does help. If on your taxes, you see the advantage on every April when you do your tax, or I do mine sooner, but you see it on your taxes that how much it is you save. And I can't say it's not I can't say it's not good to have it. So, but if you gave me a choice, I would probably want to live in California. It's just because California to me, yeah, I still feel that's my home. No matter how long I've been here. I've been here since 1995 in Vegas, but I just feel like California was it for me. That's the way I grew up. Oh, that was a bad choice. I should have passed it back inside. Yeah, Alan, it's just more interesting in New York. I mean, I've always wanted to go to New York, but like California and New York, they're just more interesting places to be. There's something always going on. I mean, Las Vegas for all the great things that it has. And, we're getting a WrestleMania, Super Bowl, this and that, all the stuff that goes on here with the Raiders and the Golden Knights. It still has a small town feel. And I don't think it can ever escape that as much as they're trying to go ahead and bring as much here as possible. It's just hard for them to escape that small town feel. Yeah, I've heard, Alan, that the snow is really, really bad. I mean, Vegas gets snow rarely, maybe 2 or 3 times, and it's usually only a light snow. It doesn't stick. You have to go up to the mountains about 25 miles away uh, before you get some real snow where we're at. So it kind of stays away from the base city. Rarely do we get down in the city unless you're like on the Summerlin on the west part of town. They do get snow sometime. They do get snow on a yearly basis that sticks, but it doesn't stick for long. It's not sustainable like we're out in New York, Alan. That's a charge. I think that OKC has got a bench Giddy for. They're going to probably do the same thing again in the second half that they did last time in the second half and start Joe over Giddy. And I think that they should go for game 4. They should go with Joe in the starting lineup instead of Giddy. I think it's pretty obvious. Giddy just doesn't do enough for you as far as shooting wise. I think the world was safer, Alan. Around the turn of the century. I just thought it was a different time. We didn't deal with so many things as far as and we didn't deal with things that in such a harsh way. Now it's just like you got to be on one side or the other. I mean, I scrolled through and I was seeing them on Facebook, and then I see Joe, and then Joe is just Joe. And it just seems like so much tribalism now where you have to be on one side or you have to be on the other side, for lack of a better term. And it's just, yeah, social media, I think it's been the best of things and it's been the worst of things. No worries, cool bro. But that's an all. In fact, Las Vegas now has a serious homeless problem, in my opinion now. So um, it's what was I knocked that over here? Oh, get that back. Get back. Come back. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I agree with you. Cool, bro. Costco pizza is underrated. I had some 2 weeks ago. Yes, with the family. So, but McDonald's is crap. Yeah, something around right around 2010, Doobie. I really think around 20, maybe yeah, 2010 for me. It just started going in a different direction. I think a lot of that, like you said, Alan, social media has a lot to do with it. Cool, bro. McDonald's is junk. I don't know why. You know, and I'm not going to be surprised if you grow like an antler and a third arm because you ate so much McDonald's. I wouldn't be surprised. I just wouldn't be surprised. Yep, a third arm, a third leg, 15th arm, 15th eyebrow, an antler coming out of your head. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Alan, yeah, I agree. I mean, how do we know what that guy's going to be like? Yeah, he has a weird name and all that, but what do we know? I mean, they were giving Henry Cavill a whole bunch of crap leading into Man of Steel. And those movies weren't really, I don't know what your opinions on the Snyderverse is. I don't think the Snyderverse is great at all. I don't. In fact, people kid me all the time that the best movie I think of the entire Snyderverse, DC Snyderverse, if you're not including the Wonder Woman movie, is probably Justice League for me. And everybody hates Justice League. The original cut, not the director's cut. The director's cut, I think, is much better than that. But I thought that Justice League, the first version, was and I think that's probably the best I've seen of the DC Snyderverse until the director's cut came out. But yeah, I don't know. People are giving that new kid a whole bunch of crap, and it's just like, let's watch it on screen first. Yeah, exactly, Doobie. The individual can be, white, black, Asian, doesn't matter. I mean, it's just like you said, it's the concept, it's the idea of Superman. Yeah, exactly, Alan. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, is the story good? That's all I care about. People just get too hyped up on, that this person, this ideal has to be what it was back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. You have to be locked into that. And they get their panties all in a bunch. And it's just like, you know what? If it's a good story and it's a good movie, who cares? Who cares? I don't know about that, cool, bro. Henry has his moments. I think I grew to like Henry. He just was never given great material. I really think he's never given great material. So yeah, I know, Doobie. And I actually sat through, and I wasn't a fan ever of Dragon Ball Z, as I noted for my ignorance the other day on it. Um, with the Super Saiyan, and it's just I'm just not. I don't know. I never got into it when I was selling video games. When I was running game stores, I had them. I never pushed them, but they were popular. I've just never been a fan of the series as far as just anime was hard for me to get back into. Because the first thing I've ever saw in anime was Akira, and the problem is Akira is so good that it's just so hard to like anything else. For me, it was just so hard to get into anything else anime or anime related or manga or anything related like that until past 5 or so years. I've really started to, say, okay, I'm able to get back up. I've put Demon Slayer. My daughter's gotten into it, so I've started to enjoy that. So yeah, and a couple other things. So yeah, I just was never a Dragon Ball guy. But M. Night Shyamalan's Airbender, that was rough. Yeah, it's Alan. I can understand that. I mean, I don't mind personally the push for diversity because we should have products out there that are reflective of what we are as a society, Uh, but when it comes to rehashing everything old from my era, from the 1980s and 1990s, I, I just I'm not in love with that. It just as you if you ever hear the Cosmos when we talk about that subject, especially Josh and I, we just go off and off on just like unoriginal. It's unoriginal. You're just rehashing old ideas yet again, and you're hoping it sticks. So see, She-Hulk was fine. It got meta. That's what it does, just like Deadpool. But I thought it went too far off the rails. That's his opinion, cool, bro. It's his opinion if you like She-Hulk. I think Tatiana is a good actress. See, Moon Knight, I will probably disagree with you on. I did not enjoy Moon Knight. I thought Moon Knight was slow. For me, the pacing was not good and it did not keep me interested. And I was disappointed by that. See, I did not like Moon Knight. So, but Oscar Isaac, he looks like he's going to be doing another season 2 of it, but we'll see. Yeah, Secret Invasion, I think we can all safely say that was a missed opportunity. That was trash. I agree with you. How is she not She-Hulk, Alan? Tatiana Maslany. I mean, who is She-Hulk if she's not She-Hulk? Miss Marvel, it wasn't meant for me. It was more meant for cool bros age, in my opinion. So it didn't target me, so it didn't land with me. Um, yeah, Alan, it's just because they have these properties. It's cheaper to produce. It's cheaper to make for the most part than doing an original property from scratch. So yeah, cool, bro. I'm kind Brie Larson. I think she was very wooden. Just she reminded me a lot of Chris Hemsworth in the early Thors at first, but I think she's doing better. I just think the material, like Henry Cavill and Superman, I just think the material that she's been given has been bad. But Brie Larson, I really like Brie Larson as an actress. I think she is good. I just think when the stuff she's given is trash, I think that's part of the problem. Yeah, I know that. I know that, JSJ. I just it's it is reflective of how bad, the product is. I mean, the Marvels is trash. The Marvels is awful. I have to update my Marvel rankings one of these days when I get around to it. But yeah, it was bad. I agree with you, but I don't think it's all a fault of Brie Larson. I think people want to just hate on Brie Larson. I think she's a very skilled actress. I just think she's given, like Henry Cavill was with Superman. I think she's been given a lot of junk. So, oh, okay, cool, JSJ. Yeah, Winter Soldier is the best Marvel movie. Anybody who does not think that, I don't know. I'm just saying because Winter Soldier just the feel of Winter Soldier is just so much different than any other Marvel movie. That's just why to me is why it's so good. Yeah, Alan. I just it is the best Marvel movie. Doctor Strange 2. I w- I think it's okay. I'm just Benedict Cumberbatch is a good Doctor Strange. I'm just as far as having him being the lead guy for the Doctor Strange character be the lead, it's just not endearing to me. I don't know why. He just I think he's a great support character, Doctor Strange. I'm just not sure when you ask him to go ahead and step out front in his own movie, or if you like ask him to lead the Avengers or whatever. It's just if it does the same thing for me. But Benedict Cumberbatch, how can you doubt him as an actor? He's really good. Yeah, just it's something, Doobie, like you said, Spider-Man, because it keeps you more entertained if we know Spider-Man was there and all that. Just when you ask him to do all by himself in his own movie, it kind of I understand Sam Raimi was there. You wanted to make it weird. You did make it weird on Doctor Strange too. But yeah, it's what's up, Daniel? Great to have you here, my friend. Yo. No. Cool, bro. I think it's in my top 5. It may even be number 2, but cool, bro. It is Winter Soldier. Ooh, Endgame. Ooh, I think Infinity War is slightly better than Endgame, in my opinion. But they're both good. And the thing is, they did it right with Infinity War and Endgame. They closed out that chapter really well. And the problem is they want to make money, and so they keep going on. Oh, you were on crack, cool, bro. You were on crack. Gotta get off the drugs. Yeah, Civil War for me is not. I don't like that film. I think I don't love the film, I should say. I think it's okay. I think for me, it's just about halfway through, it just goes off the rails. See, cool, bro. Not everybody likes Bad Batch. I have JSJ. It was messy because it went all over the place and wanted to tell all these different stories and just didn't do a great job in completing it. Yeah, it was just messy. I think it expounded on a really good season 1 and just like, oh, let's do the list. Oh, let's go back here. Oh, while you're in the middle of this, let's go back to here. Oh, and just ping pong. Yeah, exactly. All over the place. Just exactly my thoughts. Yeah, and they're just leading it in, trying to lead you into a season 3. That's funny, Daniel. We'll see, Alan. I mean, I don't know if you heard my conversation with Cool Bro that I put on the Cosmos Pop Culture Cosmos YouTube page, but I am concerned for the future because when it comes right down to it, it's not Star Wars is no longer. Excuse me, hold on. Star Wars is no longer meant for me. It's meant for guys like and people like Cool Bro, because that's who they want to target. They want to keep people Cool Bro's age, invested so that they will spend their money on it for the next 20, 30 years and then pass down to their kids. But the problem is, this last trilogy of movies was bad. The prequels were not endearing, only to Cool Bro, seemingly. The last 3 movies were bad, as far as what 7, 8, 9. I just think they need to move away from the Skywalker realm and create something all new. But I know they're not going to, because you still got the Mandalorian movie that they're going to make, yeah, and all that. So we'll see. Yeah, but still, Daniel, episode 7 was, and that's not even close because 8 and 9 are so bad, but 7 is still like just like a poor man's redoing of Star Wars. So exactly, Alan. But we'll see. I mean, Mandalorian has gotten a really good following. I do like the Ahsoka Grand Admiral Thrawn part of it. I think Grand Admiral Thrawn is a very interesting character as far as live. Um, I thought he was okay in the what I saw of the episodes of the Clone Wars, but just he seems more interesting now live as far as interacting. So we'll see. Yeah, JSJ, I'd say the recent movies, I think it has to be Rogue One. Solo, after the first 10 minutes of Solo, is absolutely abysmal. Some of the worst Star Wars that's out there. But after you get by that first 10 minutes, Solo is a pretty solid movie. Uh, but Rogue One is the best movie I think overall that they've done in the past 10 years. But I really think Andor is the best thing that they've done. Period. Andor on Disney Plus is, to me, season 1 is some of the best Star Wars I've seen since episodes 1, 2, and 3. It's just that first 10 minutes with Solo. The first 10 minutes with Solo when he's on his home planet, that is just so it's cheesy, it's corny, it's just so bad. It reminds me of the Last Jedi when they went on to the casino planet. It was just made me it made me squirm how bad it was. Not shooting like that, Daniel. Yeah, I just call it the casino planet, cool bro, because it's just so bad. It leaves so many bad memories for me. I was in the theater when I watched it first, and that was just it. It made my skin crawl. Yeah, Alan, I think the Lakers would have been beating the Thunder. I don't know about Dallas because the backcourt of the Lakers matching up them against the Dallas backcourt that's rough. But I think they would have beaten OKC. Well, last night he did a pretty good job on the Wolves. They might have figured out a way to get around that Wolves defense because they were a step slow in Minnesota last night. Yeah, they were really bad yesterday. I mean, I had touted them to win the title. If they play again, if they play like they played against Phoenix and the first 2 games in Denver, that's the team that's probably better than anyone. But they're such a young team. Will they get their heads right? Or will they figure it out? Yeah, it once they switched and once they set screens, it looked like they couldn't handle it. Plus their offense is it's it's not great. Their offense is not great if they're not hitting threes. Well, JSJ, I don't know what I don't you like his like Kurt said, ooh, he got hurt. Kurt said in the chat when I was watched on the Lakerholic show, your choices are getting slimmer and slimmer, JSJ. So I don't know who you want to go to next. I mean, I know you don't like JJ, uh, Kenny Atkinson. Well, Rondo's not going to be it, Daniel, because he's got the legal issues, and there I don't think that he's gonna have to get a job as an assistant first. Atkinson's so underwhelming. Borrego, these guys are retreads, JSJ. Uh, Tell me, how am I supposed to be excited about getting Kenny Atkinson? Kenny Atkinson is great with like overachieving teams that don't have a really high end roster. But once he gets players like he did once he got actual stars on his team, he wasn't able to go ahead and get it done. Alan, I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards the Stone way of thinking, because I just don't see, when you see the Lakers as they are currently constructed, I just don't see a pathway that the Lakers will find high level success. I see it as a 45 win team ish around there. It's stuck in that purgatory as long as you have the current setup that you have. I mean, that's what you should do. If you were looking at it objectively, you see AD, what you could get for him. You see that LeBron, as a 40-year-old player, he might want to go ahead and say it's not worth spending $50 to $60 million on. And you've got a team that's surrounding him of a lot of ifs and a lot of if nots. Oh, I know, Doobie. I remember, I'm on the show all the time. You see me on the show all the time talking about LeBron and how much control he has. He's getting whatever he wants. I know this. I know the realities. I'm very well aware of the realities. But if I looked at it objectively, or if I came in there, if I was a GM saying, you know what, I'm given the leeway to go ahead and do what I want, I think I would choose a different path, because this path that we're on, it is the chance for a championship with the path we're currently on. If we bring back LeBron and D'Lo and all that stuff, it's just so finite. Yeah, that's just a throwaway pick, Doobie. They're going to do that. I mean, LeBron should be, at this age, should be a number 3 or 4 guy, but he is still what he is. Part of it's because of him, and part of it's because of what the Lakers have built around him. Sports guy said something who I normally disagree with, but he was right. Was that Joe? He said LeBron dominates the ball, taking it from other players, and the only way he gets the same stats but much less impact. I mean, his usage rate is still high. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, he shoots more efficiently from behind the arc, but I don't know. Does it lead to, will it lead the Lakers ultimately to where we want it to go? And I just don't think it will. Yeah, but Doobie, when you have so much tied up into 2 players, that's what's going to happen. I think Alan said it best the other day when he said, I think the best way to build a championship roster is to start with, finding those diamonds in the rough early on as far as when they're young and getting them to play at a high level when they're young. Yeah. They just got to stop with the ISOs. Too much ISO ball. I know JSJ, and I was having an argument last night with Pale Fox, and it's I just had he's talking about JHS, and we've already given up on JHS and given us all type of crap on that. And would Jaime Jaquez have had even at any time under Ham's regime? Jaime Jaquez, you could tell he's the type of guy that would have gotten some burn, and as soon as he would have gotten some burn, would have earned it. Yeah, that'll be something, JSJ. Well, Doobie, he's a restricted free agent. The Lakers only have to give out a $2.4 million tender. I think it's 2.4. Let me check. I remember I saw it the other day. I read it the other day. So let me see. I think it's a $2.4 million tender. Bring it up now on Sport Track. Sport Track's such a good site. Uh-oh. He doesn't, it's not here. I think it is a 2.4. If I'm not mistaken. I saw that. I thought it was on Sport Track where it listed out. I'll look it up right now. Yeah, tell me about it, Doobie. But I'm still an NBA fan, so thought I'd come on and say hi to you guys and wish everyone well on this weekend. The question is, though, with Max Christie, what would you pay him? I mean, you got a guy 21 years old, has some potential of being a rotation player. I mean, you've got to, I think it says 2.5 million just to tender him or to retain him as a restricted free agent, just to, as far as to that you're able to go ahead and do that before you offer him a contract. Yeah, if you offer him 3 for 9, I could say that's fine. I could deal with that. But if you start getting into like 10, 12, 15, 18 million, that's where I may draw the line. You've got to show me more. You got to show me a lot more. I know what Jovan Buha is saying, but you got to show me a lot more. This is a guy who's going to play, supposed to be playing rotation for minutes for you now. So I'll leave that up to you, how much you think he's worth. Well, Kyrie was a different option at that point in time. I mean, what he had just come off the very controversial statements that he made, and he's been on his best behavior here with Dallas. Well, we need more than a third guy, Doobie. We need a quality roster. Is what we need. We just don't have a lot of good options. This, and I thought the bench was supposed to be deep. I really thought, and boy, that's something I admittedly was way off on. I fed into the tea. I was really hooked in, read into the tea leaves like most of the experts out there that thought the bench was really deep for the Lakers. Man, no, I don't feel that bad because, like you said, Doobie, a lot of us fed into that. You know, Joe, a whole bunch of people said that we were really deep and at that point in time. I mean, you just go back to the footage; it's all right. That's the internet only lies when it wants to, but it's all on there on YouTube. I mean, YouTube will tell you exactly how we felt. So I'm not going to run away from that. How did he get hit? Did he get hit in the face? Yeah, I knew the IST was going to be in trouble. Yeah, Nick, I really thought the bench was going to be deep, but it did not turn out to be the case. I was lukewarm I was like, Sean was the guy that knew all about Christian Wood. I had been watching Christian Wood since UNLV, and I thought, eh, eh, I just wasn't sure if he was athletic enough, and I was right on that one. But I thought, maybe he could find something here. But I wasn't super. Joe and Laker Tom bought all in on Christian Wood. I do remember that distinctly. Prince, yeah, I did not know Prince was going to be so relied upon, and obviously that was a mistake by the Lakers. Well, now we're stuck with him again, Nick. Yeah, according to the latest rumors from LeBron Wire, James Borrego is now Lakers candidate. Excuse me. Woo! I'm so thrilled. James Borrego. Yay. Woo! Kenny Atkinson. Yay. Woo! This is when you just want to fire. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have fired Darvin Ham, but I know Mika Nori. Woo! Well, how come no one has given him a chance, Daniel? If Phil Handy's supposedly would be such a great coach, how come nobody on any team that he's been on has given him a chance? Or if he's when he was an assistant with the Lakers, he had the opportunity to, or be asked to be interviewed by teams all over the NBA, because I'm sure there was, well, I know there's a ton of NBA job openings during his tenure with the Lakers. I mean, Jordan Ott on the Lakers coaching staff was interviewed for the Charlotte job, and he just got fired. Yeah, I'm not big on Kenny Atkinson. I'm just, yeah, our assistant coaching staff as a whole, and Phil Handy. I mean, I know he's very much revered, but was he really that good? I don't know. I wasn't there on a daily basis down there in El Segundo, so good game though. Okay, cool, bro. Yeah, Daniel, it's a good game. That was a good half. I mean, I know the Lakers aren't involved, but it's a good half. But that's tough, Alan. You're asking LeBron and AD to be that healthy once again, and the question is, can they be that healthy once again? Statistics say no, but I know, Daniel. I've heard that in recent days. I know Byron Scott has said that. LeBron coach, LeBron player coach. Ugh. If he retires, he can become the coach. Other than that, there should not be a player coach in modern NBA in the annals of the modern NBA. You cannot have a player coach. Good game at halftime. Cool, bro. Give me the bad news first. Thank you, Rosalia. Truly appreciate you liking the video for the NBA playoffs, live scoreboard and chat right here at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Big shout out to our friends in the Philippines and on Facebook. Don't forget all the great shows that we do on a regular basis, on a virtually everyday basis, almost everyday basis, right here at the Lakers Fast Break. If the Lakers, well, the Allen, they would have been over a 50-win team because you think they would have played the Washingtons and the other Detroits. They would have played the bad teams. They would have had more bad teams on their schedules, so they would probably be over 50 wins right now. And I think our perception of Ham might be a little bit different. I do agree with that. Yeah, you think, cool, bro? I would be super pissed if I was your dad. I think the word grounded would not be, that would be too light of a thing. I think the ultra grounded would be more what I would have in mind for you. I think it's okay, Daniel. I'm keeping an open mind about it. It's the High Republic era. Daniel really likes it. Excuse me, Coolbro really likes it. Coolbro, I just again, that's your parents' choice. I'm not telling your parents how to parent. I'm just saying if you were my kid, that would not be possible. Your obsession with gore, violence, R-rated films, adult material is I understand that it's very much a 15-year-old boy because I'm sure many of us at that age were probably doing the same thing. Well, to a different extent, it's a different era, but yeah, as a parent, I cannot condone it. So my kids are good. I have two teenagers in the house, and they're doing just fine. So I think, I hope, pretty sure, kind of sure. Well, they say they're fine. So as do I, Daniel. As do I. No, not really. I'm the one that has the access to all the accounts, so that of my wife. So a little different, Alan. Uh, Zubats, Caruso, what Mo Wagner coming off the bench. I mean, a couple other players that the Lakers probably could have kept. That Malik Monk. Malik Monk would have stayed. Yeah, it's all it takes. It's talent evaluation. It's so underrated. Talent evaluation is such a key. Well, I can understand Daniel on McGee and Howard because McGee and Howard, like they grew ancient. They grew old overnight. After the Lakers celebrated, they must have just, their geriatric pills must have just kicked in after that. McGee and Howard, cool, bro. Yeah, I know we couldn't afford to pay Monk. I know that we couldn't, because of what we were limited to in re-signing him. It just would have been nice to keep him because you can see him blossoming into a player that Charlotte never took the time in developing. Alan, I mean, if you look back, as I always say, if you guys look back to the video that I made the day of the Westbrook trick, I think I had just driven up from Cali back to Vegas that day, and I think I compared it to a colonoscopy I had just or a colon exam I had just had just prior. There was no way I liked that move at all. I stood on my ground how bad it was then. and I just thought it was that bad from the beginning. Yeah, but Nick, the only thing is I don't like to include any of the players involved in the AD trade, like Brandon Ingram, Mo Wagner. I got corrected. It was not Mo Wagner, but Svi Mihailik that was traded later on. But Mo Wagner was involved in the AD trade. Of course, Ingram, Ball, and Hart. I don't like to include any of those guys and wish we could have retained him simply because we would not have gotten AD. And AD brought us the championship. So, okay. Well, that's good, cool, bro. Oh, I know Daniel. He's doing a great job for New York, but I just again, it's AD. I mean, AD brought us that championship. If all of you guys out there made the effort right now, they said if somebody said to you, okay, the Lakers will win next year's championship, but will be bad for the next 6-7 years, would you take it? I would say yes. Rather than 6 or 7 years of really good seasons. I would rather have that one championship. I don't know. Again, Alan, you got to remember who was in the boardroom making the deal. That was Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka actually ended up, if I remember correctly, for some reason he fouled up on the trade and they had to end up giving an extra second, I think, in the deal. So because he was very inexperienced at that time. And I think that New Orleans really got him hook, line, and sinker at that time as far as a sucker. They could have gotten less, could have asked for less. I don't know for the player wise. I think on draft pick wise, they could have given less and still gotten AD. Thank you, FL24. I just thought we'd try it. Laker Nick, big shout out to him. He made the suggestion. I was hoping he'd stop by live. I know he was in the chat earlier. So, Alan, yeah, I know, Alan. I guess I'm going to say you're probably right. It was a mistake because the Lakers, what they didn't do, I mean, they don't even manage their finances well. And I know you guys got on my case for saying, okay, well, let's not make a move at the trade deadline. I was hoping they would make the one minor move, like trade Christian Wood's contract and just go under the salary cap. You save $13 million, $14 million. I mean, you say that you're not in the taxes. You get a $13 to $14 million hookup from the league for being under the tax rate, for under the tax apron. And then on top of that, you'll be set to go ahead and really get back into it in the coming years. If you didn't make that move, then why didn't you do something like keep Bamba and Beasley? I thought the idea behind keeping, not keeping Bamba and Beasley was to save you from that money. Well, if your goal is to save you from that money, you should have done all you could to get under the tax apron, and they didn't. So it's stupid. They're still paying taxes. They're a repeater tax now. They're still in a repeater tax mode. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, they should have, if their intent was to stay a taxpayer, they should have kept Bamba and Beasley's salary just so that they could go ahead and use that in trades. And then Beasley, who knows? Beasley shot 40 something % this year from three. He may have had a rebound. You never know. Yeah, that's a good point, JSJ. I know Paul George is a free agent. Just saying. Who on the other Lakers rotation truly underperformed given their contracts? Well, I think a lot of people FL24 were expecting a lot more from these guys. That's the problem. But you're right. They are minimum players. But when you've tied up your roster, I could tell you that Vando and Gabe, they underperformed given what their contracts are. And I know Vando's contract, his extension doesn't kick in until next year, but even at the 4.5 million, he underperformed that. Prince, I guess when all is said and done, Prince for 4.5 million for what he did, I guess it was okay. I think Rui was inconsistent. I still think he's an inconsistent player. I mean, yeah, he shot a high from three, but I just think what you get from him on a game by game basis, again, like you said, Alan, as far as getting him shots, they forget about him. So his output is just not there on an every game basis. But obviously, him going in the starting lineup, he was the best move for the Lakers at that time. What do I think of Reese season? Well, it defensively for the first 60% of the season, it was pretty bad, but he really got that end of his really lined up. And I gave him praise the last couple of months. He really became an adequate defender. Offensively, he just never his 3-point shot never really came around. I was hoping he would evolve into a 40% shooter and just never did. Yeah, I think a lot of it depends, Alan, on how he's used. I realize that, but is he a starting forward in the league? That's what you got to ask yourself. Is he better suited coming off the bench, or is he a player that you think is going to give you what you need in a playoff setting, in a playoff format? And I don't know if that's the case, because like you said, they forgot about him. His series against Denver outside of one game was below adequate. And a lot of that's on the Lakers, a lot of that's on the coaching, but some of that's on him himself not being assertive. If you want the ball, ask for the damn ball. That's a good point, Alan. I'll give you that. My favorite superhero, I don't know. Maybe Cap, maybe Hawkeye. I know Hawkeye gets a lot of trash, but maybe Blade. I like Blade a lot. What am I cooking for dinner tonight? That I don't know yet. I think I'm actually going to go out with family. Might have our Mother's Day meal tonight because we're going to pick up the missus later on tonight because she's at work. And so I think we're going to go out to dinner wherever she wants to go. Yeah, Blade is a Marvel superhero. Yeah, I figure you would like Homelander. You're not even supposed to be watching The Boys. Again, you're lucky. You're very lucky you're not my kid. And I'm very lucky you're not my kid too. Oh yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you on that, Alan. He's just that type of individual that a lot of people just, his years in the league, what he's achieved, and his name, his mystique. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you on that, Alan. I would normally agree with UFL 24, but I have seen him in person. If you go look at the Pop Culture Cosmos, I did do an interview with him. So, yeah, I know, cool, bro. Yeah, I'm not happy. That's again, that's up to your parents on the way they want to raise you. So, if you don't grow up to be a mass murderer, I guess we'll have to live with it. It was hard for him to be AI. If you watch that video, it was hard for him to be AI on that. But FL24, how many of us kids at that age probably wanted to do stuff like what Cool Bro was doing? Now, I didn't have that capability because we just, back when in the 80s, when I was a teenager, we had what, channel 2, 3, 4, 5, and 56 in LA, and 13 and 56. That's we didn't have much there, and so the options for me were never there to even explore that. And the movies out at that time, R-rated movies, were were Schwarzenegger or Stallone. Well, I hope you will be cool, bro, and I hope you'll be a good one. My daughter is taking criminal law at UNLV, so not criminal law, but she's criminal justice at UNLV. So she has not decided on which path in criminal justice she wants to take, but that may be an option. So yeah, I wish you best of luck on that. You should be talking to Laker Nick more often on that, and not just on the air. If you have questions and to find out more about being a lawyer, you should talk to Laker Nick. Exactly, on a lot of testing. To be a lawyer, there's a lot of testing involved. And also, every now and then you have to reaffirm your licensing. So you have to keep on, they refresher courses. Well, that's good, cool, bro. Because you got to remember, cool, bro. If you got to keep your grades high, because if you want to try even go for scholarships, it's all about how many more A's you get. Well, thank you, FL24. FL24. I'm a three. I graduated last decade. I finally went around and got finished off my bachelor's. Like I said before, I went to USC for a cup of coffee, but got it's just too expensive for my parents. I didn't want to burden them at the time, even back then. So I decided to go ahead and go into the private sector. I got a job in Hollywood, et cetera, et cetera. But I went back. I got my bachelor's degree, and I got about 3.8. So math is always tough for me. I think that was the only thing holding me. I got a B in I think my algebra class. I think I took, so that was the only killer right there. So yeah, 3.8 was magna cum laude, dean's list. So yeah, it's right up there. My degree is right up there. I don't have it like next to me like Joe, like who has to show it to you every single time. He's so funny. I've got my degree right here. Yeah, mine's kind of up on the wall right there, right above my arcade one up. So yeah. Exactly, and this because this is his, and I give credit for Frank for wanting to be part of our community. I give credit for anybody who comes in here that's not a Lakers fan, has to deal with us the entire time, talking Lakers, but who's not a Lakers fan, but who finds us interesting enough and wants to provide a positive discourse in our chat. I really got a lot of respect for that. Yeah, I probably, what, FL24, I'll bring it down from the wall. It's just here, I'll show it to you guys, like it's right there. If you can see it in the top corner above my arcade one up, that's it. That's why I don't pull it down every time, because I got to go ahead and drag it down. You know what I mean? I put it up there. It kind of was meant to be permanently up there. Boy, cool, bro. I loved GTA 4. There was a mode, not necessarily the story mode. Story mode was good and all that, but GTA 4, I remember because man, not only selling it, I have some stories on that one, but because I was a game store manager at the time, but there was a mode on the online called GTA Race that was just so great because it was like you and about 20 other people, 16 other people, excuse me, and we would all race in different vehicles, and we'd race around this New York City track, and it was like the streets. It was like racing the streets in New York. It was really cool, and I would love that. GTA 5, I did play, and it is probably one of the. If you got into it today, if you started GTA 5 today, it would probably be one of the best experiences for you because it's expanded so much, especially if you are playing the PC version. It has expanded so much, both especially GTA Online. San Andreas is good. Yeah, for what it was at the time, Alan, I agree with you. I mean, people should look back on that from a design standpoint. They will always want to look at the hot coffee part of it and all that, but if they look back at San Andreas as a technical achievement for what the boundaries that they had, I'd consider it one of the most important games of all time. It better be cool, bro, because the industry is hurting right now. The video game industry is hurting, but you don't play video games, cool, bro. And that's an M-rated video game anyways. You shouldn't be playing an M-rated video game. But you might be 18 by the time that happens, by the time it comes out, if it doesn't come out next year. I remember one time this kid who was about 9 or 10, I think I've told this story on the air. He comes in with his grandfather, and it was GTA 4 at the time, and I want to buy Grand Theft Auto 4, please. And I'm just looking at the kid, and I'm like, all right, did you tell your grandfather, sir? And so I turned immediately to the grandfather. I said, sir, I picked up the copy of the game, and I turned it over, and I said, sir, do you know this has gratuitous violence, sex, nudity, da, 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 and it is an considered M-rated game, only be played by individuals 18-year-old without 18-year-old or without or only unless you have parental consent. And he looks at his kid as his grandson, and my God, the look on that face was like, because he had no clue. I still remember that look to this day. And needless to say, the young man did not get his copy of GTA 4 that day. And I'll leave it at that. How have you played GTA 6? Oh, GTA 5. Okay. GTA 5, again, is if you were to go into it now with all the things you can do that are not, that's just basically even just GTA 5 stuff, just like, going into space, or because they've done a little bit of that, or just doing all the stuff with the tracks and all that, plus that, do whatever you want in the city, the racing and all the different modes and all the different things that they've done in GTA Online. To me, it's just such a technical achievement. Left Behind Eternal Forces. Let me go ahead and look that up. Ah, okay. And of course, it's a religious game. Religion games are really, really hard to sell and get translated to a larger audience. I mean, religion movies are usually centered, for the most part. There are some exceptions, as we saw last year, but they're for the most part catered to a niche audience, and video games, the religious video games, are catered to even to a much smaller niche. Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed those movies. Yeah, Battlefront 2 is pretty solid. But EA kind of ruined the Star Wars Battlefront series. They just, for somehow, they didn't make it click with audiences. I think Battlefront, Star Wars, the return of Star Wars Battlefront was meant to be something, and it initially was. A lot of people jumped on. I jumped on Battlefront, and I even think I even have Battlefront 2 somewhere here in my collection. Battlefront was started off going to be really huge, and they just didn't do what they needed to do to keep on supporting it. Have I met any celebrities? If so, who was the most kind? I know Mel Gibson back in the 90s was when I was working in Hollywood. I know Pete Rose. I'd probably say Pete Rose. Briefly, he was there looking at a project he was working on, and they're thinking about using the studio, the special effects company that I was working with at the time. I'd say Pete Rose or Brent Musburger. Brent Musburger, I'd say probably Musburger for me, because Musburger is in Las Vegas, and he's really, really cool. Did you say that The Patriot is one of my favorite movies, Gerald? No, I didn't say that, but it sounds like you did. I said The Patriot is a okay movie, but remember, it stars two Australians, and it's just kind of weird for a movie that's supposed to be about the American Revolution, starring two Australians. No, cool, bro. It was 1995. I think he had made. I'm not sure if he had made it yet. So my interaction with Mel was very brief at best. So that's put that way. It's Pete Rose is a little bit more, and then Brett Musburger was a little bit as well. But celebrities just don't impress me as far as like, oh, I've been around the floor with the Lakers, right around me before for preseason games or whatnot. They're just people, just like you and I. You just treat them with respect, they'll treat you with respect. There you go. I don't get awestruck. Did I meet Cooper Cup? No. And Cooper Cup, really, without his helmet on, would I really know who he is if he's out in the mall? Because he's not that big. I'm 6'2", so I'm not sure. He might walk by me and I wouldn't know. I mean, I've seen his picture as far as his face when he makes the catch on Monday Night Football and the silhouette and all that, but it probably would walk by me, and I just maybe half an hour later say, was that Cooper Cup that walked by me? So he's what, 6'3", 6'4"? I mean, Joe's the same. Joe's 6'3", 6'4", so. Let me check. I will check that out. He's 6'2". He's my height. You're incorrect. It's a bad shot. Oh, young team like Oklahoma City losing their composure. I'm hoping I don't have to imagine. I'm hoping Boston will lose a lot sooner than that, Daniel. Well, there you go, cool, bro. Good for you. I don't think though the Mavs. Do you think the Mavs are better than Minnesota or Denver? I don't know. That for me is a very. I haven't gotten there yet. I just haven't gotten there yet. Well, I know he did well, FL24, thank you. I try to acknowledge him and try to do something different, and when he was doing the "yo," that he brought it up first, so I just thought I would honor him, and again, I know I get sometimes some complaints from people saying, "Oh, well, you don't start talking about the game until about the 4-minute mark or whatever," and it's just like, I wanna give all those people that have, been decent with us their chance to go ahead and get recognized. And people seem to remember it more when I say it at the beginning of a show as opposed to at the end. So, cool, bro. You're lucky. Everybody, you get so many people pissed off at you, cool, bro. You're lucky that I keep you on at all, my friend. I did say the other day to go ahead and have people check out your channel. So I did give you some props. Daniel should trademark the yo, and Doobie is now going to have to. Well, he can't trademark. Yeah, he's going to have to trademark. He hates Rob in wins and losses. I think JSJ. Joe is a close second, and I don't think wanting you dead is the thing that they want. They would probably just want you to just tone it down. But I would be what I think then. I think that's part of the problem for JSJ. Just saying, just an observation. I think Joe is just generally concerned for you, cool bro. But if you're still getting a 4.0 and you're not going to commit mass murder on anyone, I think that, it'll be fine. As a parent, we are concerned about your overall mental health. But if your parents aren't concerned, you're still getting a 4.0. It is what it is. That's a nice shot. If Dort hits through Porters consistently, that's found money. Ooh, somebody hurt. Oh, he's hurt. Somebody, it should foul. Oh, man, that sucks. Williams looks like I think the good Williams. He must have heard that. Yeah, he's in pain. Okay, cool, bro. I don't know. Just it is what it is. So, of course it is cool, bro. Just I'm sure that's what you'll tell the police here at some point in time. Okay, cool, bro. All right. If you say so. Oh, where's he going? Yeah, he's going behind. I hope he's going to be okay. Ooh, his ankle. I think he took, look at the it's the pink shoe. Nice shot. So you're willing to give Joe money for him to hire you. I don't know if you remember the episode that he pulled out a wad of cash. This was it. I don't know if anybody here remembers that show. It was this thick of cash he pulled out of his right there where he sits normally. So I don't think you can give him a monetary amount that he would be interested in. Cool, bro. Um, First of all, you probably don't even live near where he's at. I don't want to know where you're at. Don't want to know your location, but you probably don't live close to Temecula where he's at. So that's probably logistically the first problem. Transportation, things of that nature. So, and plus the second thing, yeah, I don't want to know where you live. I don't want to know. I don't know. If you live close to Temecula, okay, there you go. But second thing is who's going to get you to Joe's workplaces? Because remember, he does have a Sim Blades office, but it's more like they're out on locations. Yeah, I know you live in SoCal. I know that. That's just keep it broad like that. But I know. Remember, he has it. He does have a Sim Blades location, but it's more that you're out on the location putting in the synthetic turf or rebuilding the whatever front lawns, whatever that the customer wants. So I don't know. I just plus you're 15. Yes, you could get a work permit and all that. I think you're eligible now to do so, but I just I don't know, cool bro. Just because it's you, I think he would ride you hard to death, and your parents would be really not happy with that. So yeah. I think go work that job of yours at McDonald's. Go work that dream job of your McDonald's, get all the free McDonald's food you want, and there you go. I think that's probably a safer atmosphere for you. Probably not. 1,000, that's probably not gonna move the needle enough for him. Cool, bro. Exactly, Alan. This has been a good game. Well, I think as a first of all, you would have to be a hired individual because of just basically, I think, workplace reasons. You cannot work for him, pay him and work for him. He would actually still have to pay you, just because of for legal reasons. Unfortunately, if you get injured on the job or if you do something that might cause damage to the workplace, you are still an employee working for him. So, even if you want to work for free. One more quarter to go. Mavs up by 4. And that's the thing, Daniel Hardaway. I know he is just the bane of the. He is. I don't want to say he's their Torian Prince, but for years now, I think he's been pretty much, I guess, love slash hated in Dallas fandom, like we do to Torian Prince. When I go on their chats and I see them and I talk to Frank, um, I think that he is really they dump a lot on him in regards to that. Just THJ, I think, is a better player than Torian Prince, but I think that does have his cold streaks. He can get ice cold, and that really irritates Dallas fans. But when he's hot, and I told Frank, their small and their forwards have to play well in order for them to move on. Because of language, cool bro. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. It's the language. You can only drop so many MF bombs that will allow it to go from one level to one rating to another. But you don't understand when it's part of a rating system, cool bro. And the ratings, the people who are behind the rating system, they set certain parameters on how much language or what type of language you can use during the course of a show to keep it at a certain rating. So if you say F word or the S word or other words too much or at all in some cases, it does raise it from a PG to a, or in this case, a TV 13 to a TVMA status. Well, obviously it isn't cool, bro. You would have to talk to the ratings board on that, why they did that. Because they actually have detailed descriptions because they see these things in advance and they actually list them out so you can actually see exactly why they made a rating for a PG or PG-13 or R, or in this case TV-13 to a TVMA. That was should have gotten that 3. Alan, that's very funny. If Celtics lose tonight, if the Celtics lose, if I am available, I'll do a show, Alan. It might be late though. I'm sorry, man, but I'll do one late. If the Celtics lose tonight, I'll do one late. I know John Cost is coming up after the game at 3 o'clock. I do know that he wanted to commandeer the channel at 3 o'clock. If you guys are interested. Yeah, I saw that, Daniel. That one guy going, ah. Yeah, I know. That's ABC. That's ESPN's fault for not telling that guy to keep his hands down or moving him. No, I am never. That's not where you would go. Cool, bro. It's excessive language. Deal with it. In their opinion. Well, there you go. That's very exciting for you, cool, bro. Maybe they'll have on Cooper Cup swearing like a sailor. Well, there you go. Holmgren should have stepped forward. Shea's got to start taking the shots. Oh, good to see Williams back in the lineup. Timeout. Oh no. Exactly, Daniel. Cool, bro. My mom is 90 and she forgets all the time, and I have to keep on reminding her. I get that. For you, you're 15. You should be able to go ahead and look it up. But we are in the second round, aka the Western Conference semifinals. It's actually listed. If you look on if you go to ESPN, which I know you're probably not even on the game, if you go to ESPN, it says West semis. That would have given you your answer. But you're on the chat now. That's why. Never mind. I'm not going to start it. I'm going to say it. I'm glad you're having a good laugh, Daniel. I mean, everybody else is here, cool bro, because they're fans of the NBA and they're watching the game. No, he never did, Alan. It was amazing. It's just like, what's going on? I don't know why he's still here. Cool bro, I don't know why or what fascinates you about us, because you're never paying attention to what's going on. And we appreciate that, cool bro. And I appreciate that. But if you're not watching the game, how can you learn about basketball? That my point exactly. Evidently, Alan. Although I feel bad for if he, he reaches my age and then realizes how much he wasted in his youth. Hey, I was talking to old men Laker fans during the course of my teenage years. And Alan, he plays sports too. Yeah, I understand, cool bro. We appreciate giving you advice sometimes. But... Oh, Xbox. I'm going to be honest with you, Xbox. His jump shot is, and he's not the best defender, but I understand he's 6'8". But his jump shot, well, that's part of the problem, because they don't respect him out there. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying he's not a smart player, Xbox. I'm not saying that. His jump shot, they just have no respect for him out there. And so it crowds the key a lot more when he's in there. They might. Thank you, Xbox. I have a feeling they're going to trade Giddey in the offseason, Xbox. I feel that they've already replaced him in the second half. I don't know if they did it this half. They started this half with Isaiah Joe, but they did last game. They started the second half without him. I have a feeling he is on his way out, and not because of the underage kid thing. I just don't feel that they're 100% confident in him going forward. But Lonzo eventually got it around before he blew out his knee, Daniel. I mean, he did become a 40% 3-point shooter. Would I trade for Giddey? It depends what they would want and how he would best serve this team, because you're losing shooting, Alan. That's the only thing. He does give you playmaking skills, height. Against the right matchup, defensively, he can play. That's the only thing, Xbox. He's very hesitant to shoot volume threes. SGA is, because that's not his sweet spot. Oh yeah, I'd do that any day of the week, Alan. That's a good question because I think Giddy will be traded in the offseason. All apologies, Xbox, but I do think they are going to trade him in the offseason. What would they get for him? Is he worth enough for a first round pick to another team? Maybe a late first? I'd say X2 or days after or future days. Yeah, this is Xbox in Australia, Alan. I get it, Alan. Yeah, Xbox right now, as Xbox knows, Xbox isn't the greatest word after what they did this week. They did those 4 studios nasty this past week. Shutting down Tango GameWorks was the really the yeah, that don't get me started on that one. That one really, yeah, I know Sony's been doing the same all year, Xbox, but shutting down Tango GameWorks and then having lead one of your lead executives, Matt Booty, say the next day that you want to make smaller games that win awards, and Tango GameWorks was a smaller game that won awards, and you close that studio. It's very hypocritical. I can get Arcane Austin because that was a big budget failure, but in Redfall, but uh, it's very disturbing how in the video game industry these days, how not only can you not have a failure, period, otherwise your studio's closed. Even if you have a game that's very critically received, if it doesn't sell to their liking, you're gone. You're out the door as well. Yeah, I think the $70 million purchase of $70 billion purchase of Activision, I think that changed the perspective of how Microsoft sees Xbox. It is Xbox. I mean, I'm been laid off before. I talked about the other day about I remember being given compliments on how I set up when I was uh, a customer service manager for Hertz, and I was given compliments just a day before on how I set up an account, a multi-million-dollar account for Hertz locally in Las Vegas. Set up this nice account. It had this side of cars all detailed as far as like 50 cars had set up, had the staff and personnel done it, and just got a lot of compliments on it from the upper brass. And then the next day, myself and 20 other managers were all laid off because union rules, they couldn't lay off employees, so they had to I guess cut the fat somewhere. So out 20 of us go. So I think it's time you need to start looking at Matt Booty should go because of his statements are just Don Matrick level stupid, and that's saying something. If you know you're Don Matrick, you know how stupid they are. But I think it's Phil Spencer is. I think it's time to ask that question. Is it time for him to go as well? I think you should be asking yourself that question if you're the head of Xbox. I think Xbox as a brand you should not give up on. I think it has so many positives. If you actually started promoting it, would get over to an audience. But that's just my thought. Yeah, I hear you, Xbox. I have seen so much in my life, and it all started for me even before I started working. My dad, what actually no. I was already working on. My father was working with an aerospace company for 23 and a half years. But he contracted cancer. And as soon as he was unable to be there on a daily basis for even just a short bit, they laid him off with other layoffs. Uh, you know, uh, so close to getting his full 25-year pension. So I just realized then that you're just a number, unless you're like Joe that runs his own business, or me running this channel. It is, you are just a number, and you have to come to grips with that, and you have to make yourself as invaluable of an employee as possible. That is my suggestion to anyone out there. What's up, Nick?
Hey, Joe. Joe. I'm saying Gerald. What's up,
Oh,
Gerald?
how dare you insult me? Oh, I think I'm
Oh,
leaving.
yeah,
What's up,
Gerald.
Nick?
I want to make sure you were paying attention.
Exactly. What's up, Nick? How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, doing well. It's good to be here. For some reason it feels like years since we've done this, but it's only been a couple weeks.
Yes, and it has been, but great suggestion. I had a lot of people conversating with me today. It's been good. Is the 2015 Daredevil good? I'm not going to comment on that, cool bro. It is an M-rated series that you should not be watching again. But there is a reason why they're continuing the series on Disney Plus, and I'll just leave it at that. Is Giddy on the bench? He is on the bench, I think, at Xbox. Remember, the playoffs are about matchups, and maybe they just don't feel that Giddy is a good matchup right now for anybody they have. Yeah, because they don't have a backup center. That's a good point. Good point, Xbox. No comment on that, cool bro. Boy, Dallas has had every chance, Nick, to put Oklahoma City away and hasn't yet. That they're still within range.
Cool, bro. What is good? What's your question?
Am I doing the next game? I will not be here for it. If Laker Nick and Sean want to do the next game, Boston, that's up to them. I'm going to probably take my wife out to dinner for Mother's Day. So probably what I'm going to be able to do if she's feeling like it. So Nick, I don't know if you want to, I can set it up for you, Nick, if you want me to have the next game.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I know Sean might be interested. Gerald, he emailed me like about like that he was down too, so maybe we could check with him at some point.
I will. Okay. I know that at 3 that for anybody out there, again, John Costa's going on the Lakers Fast Break YouTube.
Oh, so like in 12 minutes, John is gonna be live.
No, John Costa.
Oh yeah, yeah, John. Lakers talk, right?
Yeah,
Or Clutch talk. I mean,
he's taken over my channel. I'll reach out to Sean. I'll email him. In fact, let me email him now. I always forget. I can do that. I can multitask.
cool, bro. I haven't seen Daredevil, the TV show, actually, so I can't comment on it.
It's good. It's good. The only reason why is because they will be continuing it, Nick, on Disney Plus. So I will comment on it. There's a reason why they're continuing the series next year on Disney Plus. I'm not a huge fan of the game Xbox. I did like Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4 and 3. I did play a little bit of, but I'm not huge into. I'm more Elder Scrolls than Fallout by far, especially Oblivion. Oblivion rocks. But I did like the series a lot. It is my second favorite video game adaptation ever, behind The Last of Us. What's Fallout? Good God, cool bro. Yeah, I don't want to get you started because that's just, man. Now I've got him into, oh my.
Cool, bro. LFB is PG friendly. Cool
It's
Bro,
all rated
stop
stuff.
trying. He's trying to corrupt you, Gerald. Just
I,
like
I
don't let
yeah, I
him.
can't even say anything, Nick. I can't because it's just going to take him down a rabbit hole. Oh, what's this Fallout? Blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, I'll play all the games, or I'll watch the TV show. Blah blah
Gerald,
blah.
by the way, I caught part of the interview with Cool Bro, and like it was good for you to verify that Cool Bro. I guess he's indeed a youngster still.
Yeah, exactly. He is. I had to get proof, and he is actually who he says he is. Oh, cool, bro. You're not corrupting me. It's the other way around. I feel very scared to tell you about Fallout because it's M-rated stuff. I'm not going to go into it, cool, bro. You can watch my shows. We already did a review of Fallout, the TV show. The video games themselves, again, you could go ahead and into if you want to, but I'm not going to elaborate further on that because they're M-rated.
Hey, Gerald, what's an age appropriate series that you're watching right now that Cool Bro could check out?
That's an excellent question. Star Trek Discovery. There you go. It's kind of it's eh. It's not Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is really good. But that's probably right now the most current. Um, Shogun was really good for 9 episodes of the 10. Um, Tokyo Vice, but that's Shogun's M-rated, I think. So, well, cool, bro. You ask Nick asked the question. I'm trying to find age appropriate for you. I'd say because one of my daughters is getting into Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and she really likes it. So Xbox, you got it, my friend. I'll let you know. Actually, let me see here. Let me they changed they changed and modified this a little bit as far as um the screen.
Gerald, you're talking about the playback interface?
Yeah, the playback interface. They did. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they played around with I think they tried to streamline it a little bit more. It looks nice.
Xbox, let me know if anything else has worked for you. I just did something in the bylines. Let me see if you can actually get the feed now for you. See, Nick. See, look what I did for Cool Bro. Look, just because it was mentioned.
Cool Bro, for the record, LFB and Gerald only endorse age appropriate content for you.
Exactly. Okay. Because I made you, I thought I gave you access to our feed, Xbox. I don't know how they do it. I thought if I made him a creator, Nick, I thought he gets the feed.
Yeah, so Xbox, why don't you try logging out and logging back in, not just closing out the window or the app, but like completely logging out and logging back in. Let's see if that works for you.
Maybe refreshing the browser might work too. I don't know. Yeah, if you're logging out, that's essentially what you're doing. Cool, bro. Again, you're lucky I'm not your dad, and thank God I'm thanking my stars every day. You know, Nick, I might actually get back heavy into religion and thank the good Lord that Cool Bro's not my kid. I might really get heavy back into that.
Cool Bro seems like a menace.
Cool Bro is just a 15-year-old boy, and the problem with Cool Bro is that he's a 15-year-old boy doing 15-year-old boy things. I think it's sometimes we guys like to go ahead and distance ourselves from what we wanted to think about or do at that age. Now, again, I didn't have access to all the things that Cool Bro did at that point in time, or Joe, but you know, the hormones be a flowing, I think, with all of us at that age. And I'll
Hey,
just leave it at that.
Gerald, if I remember right, you have your son, right? But like he's older than 15 now, right?
My son, yes, my son is 33. He's a
Okay.
dentist. Actually, he's my stepson, but I feel like he's my son because he's been with me so long. But yeah, he's a dentist at 33. And yes, he had I don't think he was at the level of Cool Bro, but he did have obviously he wanted to do more adult things at an earlier age like that, but not to the extent of Cool Bro.
Yeah, Gerald, I was actually looking at dentists, but like if he's in the alley area, let me know.
He's actually in Seattle. He is.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I know he's licensed in Texas, New Mexico, Nevada, and Washington. I don't know if he's licensed in California. I don't think he is. I don't think he's ever taken the test there. But he's licensed in 4 states, and I think he keeps those up in those areas. But if you need me to in the LA area, next time I talk to him, I'll reach out. And I'll ask him if you know who a good dentist might be, because he graduated from UNLV, and all those kids from UNLV, all those students, they all spanned out throughout the country. So he might have a good contact for SoCal. I'll let you know.
Yeah, no, sounds good, Gerald.
Cool, bro. You know what? Before I met my wife and before I met my stepson, I had stayed away for years from the dentist, and I regret it every single day. I had a root canal for 4 teeth in recent years, and a lot of work done on my teeth. Yeah, I truly regret that. I had a fear of the dentist too. You're right, cool, bro. I had, like you, a fear of the dentist too, but it is not in your best interest. You need to keep your teeth good.
Yeah, Gerald, I used to, well, I'm actually only in the market for finding a dentist just to do like a basic cleaning. I haven't done one actually like in well over a year. And so like I'm trying to get that squared away.
What's up, John? Oh, my bad. I forgot to look at my email. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Let me look at it right now. My bad.
Okay, all good. Send it to me, and if it doesn't work, I'll try it again because it probably like is invalid.
It'll time out. Do it again, and I'll definitely get it to you within the next 30 seconds. So my bad.
Okay, all good.
I got caught up on the game here, so my bad.
No problem.
All right, thanks, Matt. All right, bye. That was John Costa.
Yeah, Gerald, random question, but does your son have any opinions on whether electric toothbrushes are better than manual ones? I use an electric brush, that's why.
Yes, he always recommends, because we ask when we replace our toothbrush, that we ask for his advice on it, and he does recommend electric. Just to let you know, he does highly recommend electric. So yes, anybody out there, if you want manual or electric, go with electric.
Jared, one last question on the dentist front. I've actually never tried a water flosser. Is that something that that he advocates for, or no?
He's okay. He has one, and when he was living with us, he did use one. When he was going to dental school, he was using one. So I do know he does use one, but he is not forceful on it with us. He just, regular brushing is the first thing with him. I had 4, and one time he actually flew down Xbox when I had it here in Vegas. The root canals, he flew down specifically to be with me and to second the dentist on my 4, because I had 4 root canals at the same time. Oh my God, did that put me down for the count for days. Did he give you mates rates? Oh, well, I do fly up like twice a year to Seattle for regular appointments now with him. Although we may be, I don't know how long we're going to be doing that. He may just refer us to someone here locally. Yes, mouthwash. If so, what type? I can get you FL24. I will get you info on that. What specifically he likes.
Gerald, I'm kind of laughing right now because I didn't know that my question would lead to so many dental questions.
No, that's great, Nick. These are the kind of things I don't mind.
Yeah, and they're things that are relevant and useful for the audience to know.
I'll tell you what, guys. I will go. I will reach out to my son here in a little bit, and I will get you what you need to know on water flossing. In fact, I'm going to make a note of it. I will make a note. Perfect. Making a note right now. Manual, electric. Best mouthwash and water flosser. Got it, guys. I will have that answer. If I go live tonight, I will let you know later tonight. If not, I will let you know next time I'm on. Oklahoma down the stretch. Didn't execute, Nick.
Yeah, it looks like Dallas is moving forward with this one. Gerald, notwithstanding today's result, do you have OKC or Dallas proceeding after the series?
I had Dallas in the first place. So I would probably say Dallas would be my guess still.
Gerald, I think Xbox has a question for you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Looking on the screen. I'm waiting for the because I know John's getting online. I just want to make sure he gets off okay. Any streams with Joey over the next few days, Big G? I'm gonna say it's iffy Xbox because Sunday, because of Mother's Day, I'm not sure if he can do that, but I will see. I'll reach out to Joe. Oh, no worries, Xbox. You're all good. Cool Bro is asking you, Nick, about your coolest courtroom story that you can legally say out loud.
Cool, bro. I'll give it some thought, but I may be subject to privilege and confidentiality obligations.
Yes, he is a lawyer, Xbox. Well, I told Cool Bro, Nick, I said, if Cool Bro is actually serious about studying criminal law, that he needs, that could have been really bad for Dallas there. But he is, if he wants to really study criminal law, and he says he has a 4.0 GPA, obviously that's a great start. But I told him to seek out you for some serious advice.
Okay, yeah, sounds good, cool, bro.
And now he's doing the limping thing again. Luca and his trick knee, Nick. That's funny, Xbox. What the? Cool, bro. I don't think Laker Nick has had something so high profile. Just an assumption, Nick.
Yeah, OJ Simpson. No, that's before my time, cool, bro.
Well, big shout out to Xbox, Cool Bro, Alan, Doobie, everybody that was a part of today's coverage. Big shout out to Laker Nick for stopping on by. FL24, big shout out to you, my friend, as well. John Costa is coming up here in a second. He hasn't emailed me as of yet, texted me any problems. So I think he is going to go on the air. I think he has got a guest. So hopefully you guys will check that out. Frank should be happy now. Thank you to you as well, Xbox. Best wishes to you and your mother on Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms. Exactly. I know that for Joe, Nick, it's Mother's Day is especially special because he gets called mother quite a bit. So I'm wishing him a great Mother's Day, and to you, my friend Nick, as well.
Yeah, same to you, Gerald, and your family. I hope you have a good one with Mrs. Glassford. And I know that you still have your mom, so happy Mother's Day to her as well.
Absolutely. I'm going to go visit her tomorrow. Yep. Still great. Still appreciate having her around. And yeah, definitely going to do that. And to you the same. And to
She's
all
in
you
her
guys,
90s, right, Gerald?
she is
Yeah.
90 years of age. Yes. 90 years of age, still loves the Lakers, and always have to, like Cool Bro, I have to always remind her what round and what game is coming up next. So yes. But it always is a pleasure. Absolutely. But yes, everyone, thank you so much again for being a part of what we're doing. John Costa is on YouTube here. I believe I will verify here. He has not complained about anything. I think he is going to setting it up right now. In fact, he is on live right now. So hopefully you'll join him right now. Frank, congratulations to you, my friend. Yes, you pulled out the victory on that one. I'm very happy for you. Hopefully you guys can get up 3-1 in your next game. And I'm wishing you all the best, my friend. And happy Mother's Day to the mom in your life, or moms in your life, Frank, as well. So thank you, FL24. Appreciate it. Cool, bro. Yes. Happy Mother's Day to your mom. Should be very thankful she deals with you on a daily basis. And Daniel, respects to your mom, and respects to your family as well, Daniel. And thank you for everything that you do to help us out here at and support us here at the Lakers Fast Break. So, Daniel, I know that's tough. I lost a dad to it as well. So I believe me, I know how rough that is, but I hope you will enjoy the day nonetheless, Daniel. But yes, absolutely. Again, sorry for your loss as well. So like Cool Bros. Cool, bro. That's probably the most poignant thing you've said all day. So there you go. All right. Well, head on over to go ahead and check out John Costa. He's right now available on Lakers Corner right now. It's live on the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate it. Everybody have a wonderful Mother's Day. Laker Nick, I'm going to reach out to Sean. If you guys are going back on later tonight, I'll set it up.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, Gerald. Have a great rest of the evening, and drive safe, and we'll be in touch.
You got it.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.